Hello, welcome to Jia. Today we're going to touch base on this thing called the five element. So if you are new to this five element, please take some time to learn about this five element because it is extremely important. Even if you have some experience in this five element before, please throw away whatever that you have learned. Go back to the basic and empty your cup, and then you learn this five element from the perspective of Jimentunjia. So here we go, related to five element. So in a five element, there is this thing called the fire, earth, matter, water, and wood. So these are basic five different composition of elements. So in the Chinese metaphysics, there is this thing called the five element, and using five different direction, five different things, five different angle of doing things, we will be able to see what are the relationship. So, which means that we use five different components to define certain things. Example, if you were to look at this particular thing called the wood over here, and then there's a fire over here, if you were to see, there is an arrow producing the fire. So the wood is producing the fire. This is what we call a producing. That means the wood is producing the fire. And if you were to see the fire, and then there's an earth over here, produce the earth. And the earth is also producing the matter, whereby the arrow is coming to the matter from the earth, so on and so forth. So actually it is a big circle. So the idea of producing is a component is producing another component, and what is the relationship? When the receiving party is receiving the energy is being produced, that means wood produce fire. The fire energy will increase in terms of energy, but the wood will decrease in energy because the wood have to put into the fire and burn, and the fire become much bigger. So the idea is when one party goes to another party, then the other party that receive will increase energy. And as you go along from the fire, go to the earth, where we call it the producing, earth will become better energy, more energy. And the earth producing matter, this cycle is going to be consistent. No matter what happens, the earth is always producing the matter always producing the water producing the wood. So the receiving party will always receive good energy. Good energy in a way that when they are being produced, the person that receive it will increase in terms of energy. So what do we really mean by increase in energy? Means that the party that receiving it is going to increase in excitement, increase in energy. They will be happy. They will enjoy the process. They'll be more motivated. They'll increase in productivity. So this is a representation. It depends on situation. So we just have to understand a generic scenario is that the receiving party is going to increase in energy. That's all. You see, so now we have to memorize the five elements. Okay, so wood produce fire, fire produce earth, earth produce matter, matter produce water, and water produce wood. So this is one big cycle that we need to understand. And this is very, very important. So in five elements, we just have to learn two things. One is the producing cycle, the other is the clashing cycle. So just do a bit of revision. Producing relationship, receiving party increase in energy, the giving party will decrease in energy. So in our context, to make our life easy, we use numbers, you see. So if I were to produce you, you will increase from 100%, your original is 100%, go to 150%. I myself, when I produce you, I will decrease in energy, which means that my energy from 100% goes down to 80%. So this will go on depending on what is the element producing what element. So the cycle will always be consistent, means that the fire will always produce earth. The earth will not produce fire. So the earth will also produce matter. The matter produce water. This entire cycle will not change. always remember, is consistent. Okay, so we have covered another sector called the clashing relationship. Same thing, the 5 elements. So we have the wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. So just imagine, fire is over here. Then we have the water over here. So the water clash into the fire. So which means that the water is destroying the fire, making the energy goes down. This arrow is clashing. Metal clash the wood. Just imagine an axe that is made of metal is going to chop onto the wood. And eventually the wood will become smaller pieces. So that is the idea. So every time the water will clash the fire will clash the metal, the earth will clash the water, and then the metal will clash the wood will clash the earth, so on and so forth. This is a cycle. So you need to understand and remember this cycle of clashing. Which clash what? What produce what? So there's only 2 batch you need to learn. And as I mentioned before, this is very, very important. Next, what do I mean by clashes? So when I clash with somebody, I'm clashing with another party. So the receiving party will decrease in energy. So how do you represent? 100% on the other side. The receiving party will decrease from 100% all the way to 20%. So if I'm the one that's clashing the other party, I may not actually decrease in energy because I'm the one creating the problem. I'm the one that's clashing you. So there's a possibility that I may not decrease in energy. Or even if I do, I will just decrease by a little bit, maybe about minus 10%. So my energy level is 90%. It's just a representation of the numbers. It does not mean it's absolute. That means it's just for internal references saying that, okay, if I were to clash the other party, the energy of the other party decrease from 100% go to 20%. And if I'm the clasher, I clash the other party, my energy from 100% goes down to 90%. Or alternatively, I may not even decrease in energy. So this is what we understand by clashing relationship. So just a recap, clashing relationship, the receiving party decrease in energy significantly. In this case, 100% goes down to 20%. Our energy, our giving party, will remain the same in energy, or alternatively, we can say that our energy goes down by a little bit, about 10%, so 100% goes down to 90%. As per normal, you must understand, this is our internal numbers in terms of relationship, so that we can remember easy. If you want to take a look at this particular 9 boxes, I believe you have downloaded the M-Siemens app already. So just understand this concept. If you were to see this 8 itself, box number 8, right? Here is box number 2. So in this case, what we understand is that all this thread, if you see the wood itself, the wood is also green. We have fire in box number 9, and then we have 7 and 6, which is metal, represented by the gray, represented by blue color. So if you were to open up your M-Siemens app, and then you just plot any chart, you notice that over here, it's green color. If you notice, this green color itself is component of wood. And over here, this box number 4 itself is also an element of wood. How do we know it? Because there's a XUN. Number 8, this brown color is Geng. Then we have the brown color stand for earth. And then box number 2, Kun, KUN, brown color also earth. And then LI, Li, box number 9, fire, because it's represented by red color. And then we have the KN, purple color, which stand for the water. It can also represent by blue color, but in this case, the app itself represent in terms of purple color. And then if you go to 6 and 7, you should see below there's a DUI, and then there's a QAN. Metal box itself, with represented by a number, is going to tell us that this is the element of the box. So in box number 9, what element is it? This is red color, represent fire. Box number 4, what element is it? It's XUN, which is green, represent wood. Then box number 3, Zhen, ZKGN, green color, represent wood. And box number 8, GN, Geng, brown color, stand for earth. And then box number 1, Kan, KN, purple color, stand for water. And then this is Qian, Q-A-N, gray color, stand for metal. Then 7, Dui, this is metal. Then we have this gray color, Dui. So every single box is telling us that this is an element. So we must understand every single box. It represents a specific element. And this element will not change. That means it will not go to any other boxes. Box number 9 will always be fire. Box number 4 will always be wood. Box number 7 will always be metal. The position will never change. So you must understand this particular situation. So today we have learned what? Elements. What are the 5 elements? Second, the producing relationship. Which produce which, you must remember. And then clashing relationship. Which clash what? So the relationship is always consistent. And then when you open the MTMN app, you see, you'll be able to identify where is the box located in each of the numbers. Every number in each box represents a specific element. So as you go along, you open more chart, you'll be able to understand which one is represented by which box. Okay, that will be all for today under this 5 element.